Hi, Emily. How are ya?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm good. It's really good to see you again. I've been thinking about our last conversation, and I really appreciate how were open about everything that you're going through. And I hope that we can continue that and see where things go. How have things been going since we last talked?
Honestly, it's been about the same. Some
Okay.
days are okay, but most of the time I just feel like really exhausted and overwhelmed. I just don't know how to like shake this feeling that I've been having.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. You're dealing with so much right now, and feeling stuck in that cycle can be really, really difficult. Um, I would love to take some time today to kind of check in, um, on how these feelings are affecting different parts of your life and maybe start shaping a plan that feels right for you. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, I think that would help.
Okay, good. So, from what we discussed the last time, it sounds like you've been, experiencing a lot of like emotional up and downs, crying often, feeling like an inadequate mom, struggling to sleep. You also mentioned feeling like detached at times and withdrawing from people, um, which includes your wife. Does that still feel pretty accurate for you?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but it's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't feel like myself anymore.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. And that feeling of losing yourself and your individuality can be really painful. I want you to know that what you're describing is something that a lot of new parents go through. It's super normal, it's super valid. Based on what we've talked about, I'm seeing symptoms that are consistent with postpartum depression and anxiety. Have you ever considered that that might be happening?
I mean, I guess I've read about that, but I just have been telling myself, that I should just push through it and that maybe I'm just being a little dramatic.
Okay. You're definitely not being dramatic. Postpartum depression and anxiety are very real and very common. And they make daily life feel super, super overwhelming. And the fact that you're here and willing to talk about it shows your strength enough. So,
Yeah, I don't really want to feel like I'm failing.
yeah. I understand. And I don't think it's about failure. I think it's about getting the right support so you can feel like you again, right? One of the things that we can do is create a plan that focuses on what you need to feel better. Um, as a person, aside, from being a mother and a wife and all the good things, how do we get you to feel like you again? Does that sound like something we can do together?
Yeah, I definitely think I need that. I think that would be something that would help me, going forward.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about goals then. So when you imagine feeling even a little bit better, what does that look like for you?
Um, I guess it would just I don't know. I just want to enjoy my baby more,
Yeah.
and to not feel like I'm failing every time that they cry and like I want to feel close to my wife again instead of just shutting her out like I have been.
Yeah. Yeah, those are super meaningful goals. So let's break them down a little bit. So first, feeling more confident and connected as a mom. One way we can work towards that is by exploring like self-compassion and challenging some of those negative thoughts that are making you feel like you're not doing enough. Does that sound like something we can focus on?
Yeah, I definitely do beat myself up a lot.
Yeah, I hear you. And I think that's also common. Um, And we can work on kind of shifting that inner voice to be a little bit more supportive during this time rather than critical. Another piece is connection with both your baby and your wife. Have there been moments, even small ones, where you have felt that connection again?
Yeah, like when my baby falls asleep on me or like when they smile at me in the morning and um I think with my wife, I don't know, there's little moments where we're laughing about something dumb and like it just feels normal again, like it used to be before the baby got here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good to hear. I think that those small moments show that the connection is still there. We just have to find it. I think it just might be a little bit hard to access right now. One thing we can do is identify ways to kind of nurture those connections intentionally. That could look like, small bonding time with your baby that feel manageable and moments of reconnection with your wife. Like even if they're brief and short, it's more about quality versus quantity.
Yeah, I like that. I don't want everything to feel so heavy all the time.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that we're aiming for small, sustainable changes that lighten the load, like little bit by little bit. And another part of your plan might include like different coping strategies, like ways to manage the anxiety and overwhelm when it first hits you. Have you found anything that helps in those moments, like even if it's just temporarily?
Yeah, I definitely think like showering, like
Okay.
taking a shower alone definitely helps, but I just feel like that's rare and like
Yeah.
I've tried like breathing exercises, but I usually forget to like give myself that time to do those and like to really focus on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's understandable. We can definitely work on integrating strategies that fit kind of into your day to day in a natural way. Maybe finding brief moments to step away when you need to, or like grounding techniques that you can use right then and there in the moment. Um, we can build on what works for you.
Yeah, okay, that sounds good. I just feel like I'm drowning all the time, and so doing any of this kind of stuff could, if it would help me even just a little bit to feel better, then I definitely am willing to try.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's exactly why we're here. So you don't have to face this alone. We'll take it step by step for next time. I'd love for us to start maybe tracking like your mood patterns so we can better understand what's triggering those harder days, and what's helping on the good ones. Pay attention to what is making you feel good. Um, does that sound good to you? Are you open to that?
Yeah, yeah, I can try that.
Okay. Yeah, and trying is all I ask, right? Just a little curiosity about what's going on for you so we can kind of find a way to make things feel more manageable before anything gets worse or makes you feel like you're in a deeper hole, I guess, right? So we want to kind of catch those things before they escalate to a point where you're not feeling able to regulate, right?
Yeah.
So, before we wrap up, how are you feeling about the things that we discussed today?
Better, I think. I think it definitely helps to like have a plan and to try to put these things down, like
Yeah.
putting stuff down on paper, like tracking and just trying to be more intentional, I
Yeah.
guess, with these exercises. I think that is going to help. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good to hear. And remember, right, you don't have to do it all at once either. We will take it slow and we'll take it one step at a time together.
Okay. Thank you
Okay?
so much.
Yeah. I look forward to seeing you next week. I hope you have a
Me
good week.
too.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.